You're live.
Can we... Hi, everybody. This is Raafeeq Dawara, Senior Manager, HDFC Securities, and I welcome you to the webinar on MTF and Margin Pledge, which is a strategic leverage PMTF blueprint. So, starting with what is MTF? MTF is a way by which your equity investments are funded. So, let's say you want to invest a total of 40,000 rupees and 10,000 you bring from your pocket. We will be happy to lend you 30,000 rupees. This is the maximum amount which can be lended under MTF. So, you bring 10,000 and we can fund up to 30,000 depending upon the stock. So, this is ideal for investors who cannot bring in full capital for their desired investments. Now, coming to the rise of MTF investing in India, happy to share with you data from NSE. So you will be surprised to know that on NSE level, on pan India level, the outstanding MTF book has surpassed 1 lakh CR, which means the total funding outstanding as of now on pan India level is 1 lakh plus CR. I'm happy to even show you the reports which you can download from NSE's website. So if I show you NSE's website, it looks like this. And when you go in NSE's report section under market data section, you can fill in, search for a report margin, and the margin report will be downloaded. Let me just download the report for you and sharing the report. So this is the kind of report which you will see. So as you can see, the total script-wise outstanding on the beginning of the day, this is the report, latest report that we have is for 2nd December. So you can see the net script-wise outstanding at the end of the day, and you can apply different filters. So if I do it from descending to ascending, so you can see the top most funded, five most funded stocks on NSE in decreasing order. You can do the first one being HAL, second Geo Finance, and so on. You can browse through the list and see actually how much quantity is being financed and what is the amount which has been financed. Now, coming back to our presentation, so now let's understand MTF in a bit detail. So the features of MTF, so you can buy up to 4x at the price of 1. Your interest rate on HDFC Sky is 1% per month. You can hold your positions for up to T plus 275 trading days. You can auto pledge and unpledge. Then there are 1100 plus eligible stocks, and you have an option for conversion to delivery. So now we'll deep dive into each of the features one by one. So first is buy up to 4x at the price of 1. So let's say you want to invest 40,000 rupees, but you only have 10,000 rupees as margin. So HDFC Sky will fund up to rupees 30,000. So this varies from stock to stock. You can visit the HDFC Sky application or web and you can see the eligible margin and funding percentage for each of the stock. For some of the stocks, you might have to pay 15,000 as the margin, and we can fund only up to 25,000 on a margin of 15,000. So the maximum leverage is 4x, but sometimes depending upon stock to stock, you might also get 3x or 2.5x at the price of 1. Now, coming to the interest rate, so you just have to pay 1% interest rate per month, which means if your funded amount is 30,000, so per month interest will be rupees 300. 1% into 30,000, which is your 300 rupees, will be your interest if you carry your position for 1 month on the funded amount of 30,000. So coming to holding period, you can carry your MTF position for up to T plus 275 trading days. After that, if you do not convert your position to delivery or you do not sell your stocks, so your position will be auto squared off, and we will give you a message before auto squaring of your positions, so you can plan smoothly. You can plan your exits basis that. Now coming to auto pledge and unpledge. So basically, first of all, I want to tell you that this is an industry-wide practice. So, and this is as per SEBI guidelines. So when you take an empty positions, when you buy stocks with MTF, so you pledge your holdings, and when you sell your empty positions, so there is an unpledging that happens. So this pledging and unpledging is an automated process followed across industry as per SEBI guidelines, and there is a small charge of rupees 20 per pledge and unpledge. So total 40 rupees for pledge and unpledge for the entire transaction. Now, conversion to delivery. This is a very interesting feature and also it's optional. So let's say a woman had 40,000, wanted to invest rupees 40,000 in the stock market, but she only had 10,000 on, let's say, 1st of July. So she took 30,000 as a funding on the 1st of July. After 10 days, she got her 30,000 from somewhere and she no longer wanted to avail the funding via MTF. So what she does is she adds the 30,000 rupees from her ledger to her MTF balance, and then uh, the interest will be charged to her only from 1st to 10th of July. And then she can carry her position on the full 40,000 from her own pocket. So in that case, her funding of rupees 30,000, the interest will be charged on those rupees 30,000 only and only for those 10 days from which she had taken the funding from us. But this step is completely optional. If you want to carry your positions forward, so you can do it for up to T plus 275 trading days. We will charge you interest only and only on the funded amount and on the period for which the funding is utilized. Now coming to the impact of MTF on investments. So we will have two scenarios here. So let's say a user buys 10 shares of a company named XYZ at rupees 100 each. So total capital available with the user is 100 into 10 is equal to 1000 rupees. So in this case, we will assume that the total capital which is available with the user is the total investment by the user in this case. So that means if the user has 1000 rupees, he wants to put his entire 1000 rupees for the investment. So now let's say we take up two scenarios. We say that user bought 10 stocks at rupees 100 each, and we are assuming that the price of the stock goes to 125. So let's say the total available, if we consider the scenario 1, total available capital is rupees 1000. Buying price of the stock is rupees 100. Quantity is 10. So total selling price of 125 rupees per share and of total 10 shares is equal to 1250 rupees. The gross profit in this case will be 1250 minus 1000, which is 250 rupees. Now coming to scenario 2, let's say user tries to make this investment using MTF. Let's say the user has available capital of rupees 1000. The buying price of the stock is same, rupees 100. But here comes the catch. Buying price of the stock with MTF is rupees 25. So now the user can buy how many stocks with MTF? 1000 divided by 25 is equal to 40. So with MTF, user bought total stocks worth rupees 4000 because the buying price of the stock is rupees 100, but the user bought 40 stocks with the help of MTF. So now actually user paid just rupees 1000, 3000 was funded by HDFC Sky, and hence the user bought stocks worth rupees 4000. So now total selling price of these 40 stocks at 125 rupees each is equal to 5000. So in this case, the gross profit is 5000 minus 4000, which is 1000. Now, if you compare the two scenarios, in first case, when the investment was done without using MTF, the gross profit was rupees 250. And now the investment is done using MTF, the gross profit is rupees 1000. So in this case, when one buys stock using MTF and sees a potential rise in a stock, so then in the above case, as we can see, the profit is amplified to up to 4x. So this is how MTF helps you expand your buying power and potentially your returns as well. Now considering a case 2, let's say the user decides to sell the stock at a price lower than the buying price. The price at which the user bought the stock is rupees 100, but he thinks of selling it at rupees 75. So here as well, we will consider the two scenarios. Total available capital is same in both the scenarios, 1000 rupees. Now, if you see, the buying price of the stock is again 100 rupees. But without MTF, the user buys 10 stocks and the buying price of the stock with MTF is 25. Hence, the user using MTF buys 40 stocks. Now, total selling price of the stock is 75 into 10 in the first scenario, so which is 750 rupees, because 75 is the price of the stock at which the user wants to sell, and the quantity is 10, so 75 into 10 is 750. In the second scenario, the user has 40 stocks and he wants to sell all the 40 stocks at rupees 75. So 40 into 75 is 3000. In the first case, the user got a loss of 250 rupees, 750 minus 1000. In the second scenario, the user sold this stock at 3000, so gross profit, which will be 3000 minus 4000, which is minus 1000, or a loss of rupees 1000 rupees. So MTF offers leverage, but it also comes with responsibility. So if it can amplify your profits, it can also amplify losses. So use it smartly and with awareness. We also have the all new MTF calculator to help you with all the charges and to help you make decisions. I will quickly show how you can use this new MTF calculator. So all you simply have to do, you can visit the HDFC Sky application, or if you want to use it on web, so all you have to do is HDFC Sky MTF calculator is what you will have to type. Once you do, yes. So you just simply have to search for a stock. Let's say I select TCS. You can select any stock of your choice. Now let's say the buying price, this is basis the last traded price, which is 3,229 rupees. But let's say I plan to buy the stock at rupees 3,300 and I wish to sell the stock at 3,600. I wish to buy 100 shares and I wish to hold it for, let's say, 30 days. So now I will see both the scenarios. In both the cases, my total available capital, which is calculated on the buying price into quantity, is 33 lakhs. Is 3.3 lakhs is what we can see here. So now the buying price of the stock is 3,300 in both cases. The margin percentage under MTF for this stock is 25%. That means you can buy one stock of TCS with only rupees 825 in case you wish to buy it for 3,300. So without MTF, you are able to buy only 100 shares at rupees 3,300 each. But with MTF, because there is a funding involved, so you can buy 400 shares of TCS using the same amount of capital, which is 3.3 lakhs. So with MTF, you bought total stocks worth rupees 13.2 lakhs. The remaining is funded by HDFC Sky. So now computing your selling value, which is the selling price which I have entered in this case is 3,600. For 100 shares is 3.6 lakhs. And stock bought with MTF, which is 14.4 lakhs, will be the selling value because 3,600 into 400 in this case, which is 4x. Gross profit and loss. Here, if you see, I'm having a gross profit or loss of gross profit of 30,000 rupees. But in this case, with MTF, I have a gross profit of 1.2 lakhs, right? So now, if I see the funding here, so this is the funding you can get, and the HDFC Sky funding, of course, without MTF, this will be absent. But you can see under the MTF section, this is your HDFC Sky funding. Now you will also get total charges, and this charges will be your brokerage charges, your pledge and pledge charges, and your MTF interest. Your MTF interest is calculated basis the number of days you want to hold. So even after I pay all my interest, my brokerage, pledge and pledge charges, I'm still at a better profit and loss, at a better profit percentage with MTF comparison to my investment without MTF. So this is fully transparent. You can get all details of all the charges. You can go through this. Your favorite stocks you can see. You can search. I can even search any other stock. So basically, you can see what all stocks are there and what all margin percentage is there. And you can take your decisions basis that. You can select the buying price, selling price, the quantity you wish to invest in, and the holding period. So this all you can enter, and this calculator will help you make your decisions. Now coming back, After the MTF calculator, so if we talk about the interest and other charges, so you will have an interest rate. We have an interest rate of 1% per month, and there's an auto pledge and unpledge involved, which is rupees 40 combined, and other brokerage and transaction charges apply as usual. So now, how to place an MTF order on HDFC Sky? You have to select an MTF eligible stock of your choice. Once you tick buy with MTF, so then it will be visible what is the price of the stock and what is the buying price of the stock with MTF. And then you click on swipe for instant buy, and then you will receive a screen where you will get a message that your order for that particular stock has been placed. Do you need help in picking stocks, or you're new to MTF and don't know, from where should you start your MTF investments? So we have a dedicated MTF research section on HDFC Sky application where there are research recommendations by our professionals basis your goals, short term, mid term, and long term. So we give curated stock recommendations, the target price timelines, suggested timelines, stop loss, and we have a detailed analysis done in our PDF reports as well, which are available, and you can go through them for your decision making. So now, after MTF, now let's learn about margin pledge. What is margin pledge and how you can use it with MTF? So sometimes when you invest in stocks, you usually maybe sometimes you run out of cash. But what if you already have holdings and you do not want to sell them, but you also want cash? So you can just pledge your holdings, you do not sell them, and you can unlock funding against them. So this is where margin pledge comes in. Let's understand this. Margin pledge is a process where you pledge your existing stocks in exchange for a margin. Now that margin can be used in your MTF investments. So the stocks remain in your portfolio, but they are marked as pledge, and you can unlock funding from the portfolio without selling it. Let's understand this with an example. So let's say you want to invest a total of rupees 1000, okay? And up to 4x leverage is available with MTF. So let's say we fund rupees 750 rupees. So in earlier cases, as I said, you will bring rupees 250 from your pocket. Let's say at the time you also run out of margin. You do not have even these 250 rupees, which can be funded by pledging your existing portfolio holdings. So you have a portfolio, you pledge it, you unlock funding that acts as your margin, plus the funding we provide via MTF, which is equal to your total investment amount. Now, some notes on margin pledge. For margin pledge, as similar to MTF, we charge a 1% monthly rate of interest, and it is charged only on the amount of funding which is used and only for the period for which the funding is used. So let's say someone unlocks funding via margin pledge on 1st December and does not use it till 10th December and starts using the funding after 10 days. So for the first 10 days for which the funding was unlocked but not utilized, the interest will not be charged. The interest will be charged only on the amount of funding being used and only when the funding is put to use. And so similar to MTF, here also we have pledge and unpledged practices which apply. So that means when you pledge your stocks, you unlock funding. There is an auto pledge that happens for rupees 20, and once you have utilized the funding and you no longer require the funding, so you unpledge your stocks. So basically, you no longer use that funding, and once you unpledge your stocks, there is also an unpledging, another set of unpledging that happens again for rupees 20 only. So as per SEBI guidelines, and this practice is followed across industry, and auto pledge and unpledge similar to MTF. Now, even after pledging, let's say your stocks are pledged and some dividends are declared on your pledged stocks, you will continue to receive those dividends even if your stocks are pledged. Now, how to pledge on Sky application? So you open the Sky application, go to the tools section. So you will find margin pledge. You click on margin pledge and you will find eligible margin against the holdings. So after you see this funding, so you have to click on Pledge Now. When you click on Pledge Now, you will see a screen of all your holdings and the amount of funding which you can unlock by pledging the stocks. As you can see here, available, and in the bracket there is 9. So you have 9 stocks which are available for margin pledge, and then you can see how much amount of funding you can unlock against each of the stocks. So you can select all. As per your goals, you can see whether you want to pledge all the stocks or some of them. You tick the stocks you want to pledge, then you click on continue to pledge. After clicking on continue to pledge, so you will be redirected to the CDSL website wherein you will be asked to enter the OTP. Once you enter the OTP, so then instant margin is created for your trade. So you can see under the pledge tab, you will see the stock, the quantity, how much has been pledged, and how much margin have you unlocked for your MTF investment. You can also use this funding for your F&O investments only. So the funding unlocked by via margin pledge can be used only for MTF or for F&O investments. Now, what is DDPI? DDPI is simply Demat Debit and Pledge Instruction. This is a one-time Aadhaar-based authorization designed to simplify and speed up your stock market transactions. So when you enable DDPI, which is a one-time process, so you no longer have to enter OTPs while you sell stocks. And also enabling DDPI is mandatory to invest using MTF or exercise margin pledge. And enabling DDPI on HDFC SKY is completely free of cost. And it is a very simple 3-step, 30-second process. So I'll show you this process. So what you have to do is you have to click on Enable DDPI on the home page, and there are 3 easy steps which you have to click on Authorize now. So then you have to verify your Aadhaar number, and we will receive your request. And it takes up to 2 days for your DDPI to be enabled. Now, why you should enable DDPI? Because it's completely free and it enables faster order execution. You no longer have to fetch OTPs via SMS or email. And this margin pledge, you can exercise margin pledge, and MTF can be unlocked only after you enable DDPI. Now, why HDFC Sky? Because this is backed by the trust and stability of HDFC, and we have dedicated MTF research section with stock insights. And we are also in the process of continuously improving our journeys. We have a very seamless and easy MTF journey, a four-step journey. You have to select an MTF eligible stock. You have to click on buy with MTF, and you will get the price of the stock with the MTF. You have to review your buy order, and your order for MTF will be placed. So, final thought, MTF isn't just about funding, it is about strategic investment. Whether markets go up and down, understanding how MTF works can actually help you take better decisions. So, why don't you explore the MTF calculator right away and see, with different scenarios for your favorite stocks? You can explore the MTF eligible stocks on HDFC Sky application, and you can see the price of your stocks with MTF. So please keep yourself updated with our dedicated MTF research section. And now we are open to questions. Any questions? Please type your questions in the chat box. Oh, we have one question. The interest will be paid on a daily basis. So on a daily basis, the interest will be deducted. So let's say if your funded amount is 30,000 rupees and 1% per month interest is what we charge. So it is 300 rupees. And let's say it's a month of 30 days. So 10 rupees per day, the interest will be deducted. So for the interest deducted entries, so on Sky application, we have a dedicated report section. So you can visit the report section and there you will be able to download your MTF interest report. Oh, there is a question which was missed, I think, earlier. So is it okay to buy on dips and sell on UPS and intraday using MTF? Why is it showing in positions? So since it's order today's order, so that reflects in positions, and that's okay. So basically, whether you buy, I think the same person has asked this question. So if you buy five stocks with MTF and five stocks without MTF, so it will be treated as the same day's positions and it will reflect under today's positions tab only. So, but you will be able to see that, what investments are with MTF and what are without MTF. I hope it's clear now. Please let me know if it's still not clear. Any other questions? If you still have any more questions, while you start investing using MTF, you can definitely reach out to Sky support portal and your queries will be answered by our customer resolution team. Our customer service team will be there to answer all your queries. So if you have any questions, still you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Sky support portal and to explore our MTF calculator on HDFC Sky website or HDFC Sky application. Thank you very much, everyone.